please welcome Oliver Hudson.
Hello. I was listening to you on Stern. I pulled up into my driveway and I stayed in my driveway for, 35 minutes just to hear you. So I just wanted to tell you how much I loved your interview.
I'm so relieved to hear you say that, because I tried to listen to it and I was like, this is so long. I don't want to listen to myself anymore. So that's a much nicer commentary than my inner voice. And thank you for saying that. And I was listening, to your podcast about fatherhood, and what was your intention behind doing this successful podcast?
Well, first of all, Joe and I have been friends for a long time. We're sort of unlikely friends. No one would think that we are. Joe, his top priority in his life is being a father. He has girls who are in their 20s, and now he has new twins. My number one priority in my life is being a dad, above career, above most anything, right? It's our legacy. It's what we leave here, really, and I just thought it was an underexplored place, and we get real and we talk, real stuff. We don't hold back much, and it's unafraid, and we get to interview really great people and hear about what it was like growing up and how they father themselves or parent themselves. And it's been fulfilling. It's been awesome. It's been really, really fun for me.
You've had extraordinary guests, a la Alex Rodriguez, Adam Sandler, Mark Cuban. The list is very long. And
Eddie Vedder. Vedder was great. I cried at the end. I mean, he's like, I love you, man. I'm like, I love you too, Eddie. I was like, because I was talking about my own father and that situation. And he was an amazing dude.
Well, one of the things that really struck me when I was doing the research on this was your relationship with your dad.
Mm-hmm.
And I got very personally invested. Your dad with Goldie Hawn.
My mama. That's right.
The person everybody wants to be their mom or their best friend or their sister. I mean,
I know it's funny because when I was a kid, I just railed against it. I didn't want anyone to know who my parents were. I wanted to survive on my own merit. But as I've gotten older, pride has kicked in. And I'm proud of who my mother is, who my family is. I mean, damn.
You just want to have your own identity, I think. But what I really got struck by was I felt a very personal connection with you, because you were talking about your dad and how you were close with him, and then at a certain point, you guys became sort of estranged, if you will.
Yeah.
And the thing that really knocked me off my socks was that he and his dad had a similar journey.
Yeah. My dad and I have we have a relationship now for the first time in a long time. And it was spurred on by my dark, sort of insane sense of humor. I Instagrammed and I said, Happy Abandonment Day. And I was just trying to be funny. It blew up. Long story short, it brought us together because it created a dialogue, But yes, so I've done a lot of work on myself. I went to this place called the Hoffman Institute, which was incredible for me. Where I learned forgiveness and compassion, true forgiveness, true compassion, and what that really means. I went and looked into his life a little bit more and understood where he came from. So there's been a catharsis that I've had. We have a really great relationship now. And it's just interesting how life plays out and how things work.
First of all, the sense of humor with that post and your dad, I think humor does save us. And my mom was the same. Her family was not there, and she was estranged. And then we repeated that pattern. And I think that due to my own experiences and my mom's experience, I was like, I have to get this different. It's not right or wrong, but I'm gonna have a determination about this that may have not been there otherwise. And I'm so grateful for it. And my mom and I are good now too. It's like there's just some peace and respect and maturity there that could not have taken place maybe before. Timing is everything.
Yep.
And I'm just so entranced and enthralled by your journey and the fact that you're sharing it.
Everyone has a story to tell, the parents, it's a tough thing, I mean, you're going through it, listening to you on Stern. You took the time that you needed to take. You did what you needed to do. You honored your children. You were faithful to your children, as you sort of put it. And it's different for everybody, and then of course, Kurt raised me. I mean, he came into my life. He made me the man that I am today. He's taught me some really amazing lessons. When I was growing up, I was a mama's boy, and my dad wasn't there, and I had just my sister and my mother. Kurt came into my life, and I kept hearing independent and dependent, these two words. I knew that being dependent was not a good thing, and being independent was sort of good and freeing. I didn't understand the meanings, but I understood the sentiment of it, or the feeling of it, and I would hear that over and over. We were in Colorado. We rode ATCs a bunch. Kurt and I went down to the river about a mile away, and he just disappears at the river. And I am freaking out. Okay. We call him Pa. And I was like, Pa, screaming my head off. Finally, he comes around from behind a tree, and he was sitting there the whole time waiting, letting me feel what I was feeling. And he said, Ollie, all right, relax, calm down. I'm right here. I want you to get us home. I'll be right behind you, but you're going to get us there. And I was resistant, finally agreed to do it, looking behind me the whole way. We get back to the place. I get us home. And he says, look, if you were alone, you could get back. You have to trust yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You have to know that you are capable. You are just a capable boy. And something clicked. The next day, I'm driving down the driveway. I'm alone on my ATC. My parents are having coffee. And I say, Mom, Pa, look, I'm independent. Not really understanding what that word meant, but just knowing that it was a good thing. And from that moment on, things shifted for me as far as my confidence and my self-esteem,
I love this all so much.